A while back, I found this case full of vintage lures, and one lure in particular kind of left me scratching my head as to, what the heck is this thing? Well, probably should have been scratching my bottom, because it was the Orchard Industry Bottom Scratcher. And with a little help from the internet, I come to find out that this is actually a pretty rare little lure. Orchard Industries only had 3 different lures. Coming out in the late 1940s, this one in particular came out in 1951. Stick around, we're going to do a little bit of a history, so not to worry, you'll learn something today. But what are you going to do with something that's pretty rare and over 70 years old? Well, you're going to tie it to the end of some fishing line, toss it out in the middle of the lake, and probably lose it. So stick around. The height of Orchard Industries' popularity was in the late 1940s and 1950s. Found in 1946 by Lewis Pop Adams and A.E. Johnson out of Detroit, Michigan, the company's first product, and probably the most notable, was the glass action rod. The action rod came in 5 different variations. The Triangler, which was the lighter weight, fast action rod. The Deluxe, which gave the angler 3 length options to choose from. The Standard, which was your all-purpose rod. The ARC, which was more of your lower-priced option. And then the trolling rod. In 1947, Pop teamed up with Nelia Poplin out of Ponca City, Oklahoma to develop 3 lures for Orchard Industries. Those lures being the 3 3/8 Slippery Slim, which was a jointed plastic minnow-shaped lure. The 2 5/8 Kick and Cackle, which Pop said could be plunked to the tune of a gentle blurp or noisy bloop. With easy directions like that, I don't see how you couldn't catch fish. And in 1951, you've got the Bottom Scratcher, which would go 6 to 8 feet with a regular cast and up to 30 feet trolling. Shown here is an early advertisement of the Bottom Scratcher. It sold for $1.25 and came in 6 different colors. The color that we're going to be fishing with is 104, black and red. Well, the first thing I did was actually troll with it to see, does this thing get down 30 feet? Well, I'm pretty far away from the bank, and I would say it was at least 20 feet here, and it was hitting bottom. Ooh, let's hit the bottom. This would be a good time to see the action in the water here. This thing's got awesome action. I mean, look at that. A lot of wiggle. Yeah, this has got to catch a bass, right? There it is. Yes. Oh, right at the boat. Right at the boat. The Bottom Scratcher does it. Oh, and he fell off. He was not having it. So this bass followed it all the way up to the boat. So I kind of sight fished it, if you will, and as soon as it got close enough, well, boom goes the dynamite. Set the hook. There we go. See, not, anything too crazy, but you know what? The fact that this 70-year-old lure is still catching fish, no real shock. It's freaking outstanding. Love it. Let's let this puppy go. All right, thanks for playing. Should be fine. Well, I gotta tell you, this quirky little lure that's over 70 years old worked just as good in 2024 as it would have in 1951. Incredible action on this thing, fun lure. And I tell you all this because I encourage you all to get out and fish these old school lures. I mean, these lures are probably older than your grandparents, and I know they're fun to collect, but they're a lot more fun to cast and catch fish. Speaking of grandparents, why don't you take them out and go fishing with this? Heck, they probably fished with this brand new back in 1951. Maybe they can tell you some stories about it. Anyways, if you got some old lures in Grandpa's old tackle box that you don't know anything about, do a little research on them and then take them out of the water and go try to find a bass. I mean, heck, I didn't know anything about this even a week ago. So, a lot of fun to make this video, but that's going to do it. It's going to wrap it up. So until next time, folks, I guess we're going to see them right up there on the water. Thanks for watching Angling Archaeology, where we unearth the good old days. Don't forget to like and subscribe.